Hello, we are from Group 11 from ECH4306. I would like to bid Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to Dr. Dayang. So, our group members consist of 5, which are me, Al-Alif Irfan, Ikmal Haziq, Alif Ikmal, Ikonran, and Muhammad Arash. Next slide. So, for our first task, we are going to find out what are the effects of megatrend to these 5 attributes. So for the first attribute is the consumer behavior. So megatrend will shift the market trend because previously the healthy living was limited to diets and exercising. Now consumer value mental health, sustainability, and ethically sourced foods such as meat, good meat, and slaughtered meat. Therefore, there are more consumers that will spend to healthcare, finding green products, and finding clean foods from reliable sources. Next.
Okay, thank you, Irfan. So next, I would like to explain the effect of megatrend on identification of consumer needs. So for this identification of customer needs, it can increase the area of target customer, which includes the age, races, and also living cost. So due to massive change in trend of business, the method to identify customers' needs should be widened using survey, reviews, and social listening. So nowadays, with massive usage of technologies, customers prefer anything to be done fastly and precisely. For example, performing testimony on customers are not reliable anymore nowadays, since they prefer to watch the testimony on their phone.
Okay, next we move on to the product selection. So as for using Megatrend can provide the current and future market demands for our product selection. So for example, the lower demand for oil and the decreasing demand for alternative sources of energy from wind, solar, battery technology, and geothermal will continue. So hence, consumer most probably do a selection on newly up-to-date product. So in this case, alternative sources will be chosen by consumer in most widely in our country. So next.
Okay, moving on to the product development approach. So the effects of megatrend relates to the climate change and resource scarcity and expanding population, and the rising demand for food, energy, and materials continue to strain the finite resources of the planet. By understanding the large patterns that will shape the coming decades, we can understand what innovations need to take place and what challenges our design will face in the future. All right, next.
So for the product marketing, it will be the diversification of the consumption. Mega trends enable companies to build a proactive rather than reactive long-term strategy to understand where they are today, while also ensuring that they can better anticipate market development. For example, with the promotion of healthy living, the public's concern about obesity, food sensitivities, and the general illness continues to rise. Healthy living products are popping up all over the place, from the greens to zero-calorie cooking oil, and the spike in the number of gyms are all corresponding in the real time to the healthy living megatrend.
So for the next slide is we are going to discuss what are the effects of big data analytics to the 5 attributes. So what is big data analytics? Big data analytics is like a massive data or massive collection of data that is found on website, or it can be found on any social media. So how does it affect consumer behavior? So the first, it affects the consumer by impacting their decision makings, because consumers are the decision maker right before they are buying their products. So this big data analytics, it presented the trend visually that can impact the perception of consumers as a buyer to follow the trends, and that can also as a consumer, they can also make rational decision by analyzing big data on internet and to collect information regarding products before they're going to buy them.
Okay, next for the identification of customer needs, big data analytics have biggest influence of the enhancing data collection of customers' need. So large and diverse set of data that can be collected nowadays in big data analytics. For example, Microsoft Excel now has been platformed to collect all data which is from Google survey. So identification of customers' needs can be eased to be with all the platform of big data analysis instead of hard copy filing, and finally could produce product that satisfied the customer need.
So next, what is the effect of big data analytic throughout to the product selection? So first, it can accurately identify product preference. So big data will help efficiently identify the important psychological features, acceptable range of price, and important logical ideas. For example, an industry cross-border e-commerce platform will easily determine the catalog of products, ensure smooth marketing channels, and stable supply of products.
So next is the effects of big data analytics to the product development approach. So our answer is customer feedback and improved network. So big data is becoming more important to the new product development efforts of global firms. For example, a few companies that have established strongly, they created a customer feedback program to collect billions of pieces of data from their consumers and partners on a daily basis. So a blooming voice of the customers initiative, for example, collects feedback for more than 30 million customers online around the world. Next.
For product marketing is pushing the market judgment. Big data can be simply understood as a database of each person. Buying habits will collect a lot of data on buying habits. You will know when and what are the few things he needs. The help of big data to skills is huge. It will push different sales information to different target groups by its own judgments. This not only greatly improves the accuracy of the sales pitch, but also reduces the cost of the time of the sales pitch. For example, for students, the system will push relevant stationery or even textbook related to exercise books based on the account information.
Okay, that's all for our first task. Thank you.